Good morning. Happy Sunday morning, everybody. How are you? How are you feeling? Part of a workshop that I was part of yesterday is inviting us to take note of our feelings throughout the day and just to acknowledge them, kind of explore them. So I always remind you to check in at least once a day. It's really a good idea to do it in the morning. How are you feeling physically? Are you carrying any discomfort anywhere in your body? You don't have to do anything about it, but just to acknowledge it. Are you stiff anywhere? Are 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 there any things that hurt somewhere in your body? Is there discomfort anywhere? And then kind of take stock of how you're feeling. Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling concerned or worried or anxious? Are you feeling hopeful? I hope you are. Are you, just how are you feeling? And then this is the one that I find I've been exploring a lot lately is how connected are you with everything? Like how do you feel like if you were sitting at that base of the tree in Avatar, would you feel like you were connected with all of those beautiful beings that are connected to that light source, that life source? Do you feel connected to people? Do you feel like a loner or that you're on the outside? And ultimately, I mean, some people call that a connection to God, a connection to the divine, a connection to something bigger than ourselves. And do you have a spark of that within you? And again, no judgment, just where are you with that? So, and then from that, you can just kind of assess where you would like to be. If you're feeling optimistic and great, status quo, let that go. If you are having any discomfort in your body, what can you do? Do you need to do some stretching exercises before you get going in the morning? Some gentle stretching? Do you need to get some essential oils on? Do you just need to maybe source out some help for that discomfort? And if you're feeling disconnected, this is the big one. Get outside, and feel connected to nature. If you can, it's one of the easiest ways to really remind ourselves of that we are just a small part of something so great and so wonderful. So that's kind of what I like to do every morning, just really acknowledge all of that. This morning, I find myself so hopeful and so receiving so much confirmation that everything that we need is within us. It really is. And I mean, I'll confess, years ago, I used to listen to meditations and hear that go within and all the answers are within. And it really is true. We have the power to do everything. Good morning, Cheryl. We have so much power within us. So this morning, I'm still prepping for my ice bath on Wednesday. This morning, I did a 10-minute soak up to my neck in ice cold well water in our bathtub. I didn't fill it up with ice because that seems kind of wasteful to me, but it was just under 10 degrees Celsius, and it was ice cold. And I was listening to Wim Hof describe and walk somebody else through immersing in an ice bath, and he reminded us that we are in control. We are in control of everything that our body is doing. It's incredibly powerful, and part of that is achieved through breath work and controlling your breath work. I've often talked about how we are in control of how we react to things. When something happens, when there is an event, and if you had 5 people, those 5 people would probably react in some similar ways, but may also have a different reaction to it. I think about my upbringing as a child and speaking with my older brother a few years ago, and he had completely different recollection of things that had happened. My experience was different than his experience. And we can choose how we react to things, whether it is with fear or whether it is just with acknowledgement and a desire to notice a little bit more. And that comes from when we are at peace and at calm and with ourselves, and when we're not distracted by all of the noise. The more calm you are on the inside, the easier it is to deal with all of the other stuff that's happening externally. And I'm really seeing that for myself. I've talked about it and read about it before, but I'm really, really feeling it these days. And I'm so very grateful for that. And that comes from meditation, from prayer, from oils, from the ice baths and the cold water immersion that is, and the breath work that has all really been helping to build my stress adaptation. It's been helping build resilience. It's been helping me understand and really see how powerful we are with our minds and with our hearts. They are all so very powerful, especially when you use them together. This morning's meditation invited us to think about something that may be on our minds or a little bit disturbing, or it's something we need to work through, whether it's a situation with a person or something. And I was thinking about this beautiful space that we have in our home that has been a classroom many times when I used to teach folk art painting. It has served as an educational place for Reiki classes. We've had drumming circle there before. It's been a family room for festivals and for feasts, I should say, for family gatherings. And right now it's filled with a lot of piles of things. And a lot of those piles are educational material for Reiki, for essential oil classes especially. And I've been trying to get that cleared out before some things that we're going to be doing in our home this coming week. But I have this resistance to clear all that clutter and why I'm dealing with it, and I'm not really sure what it's all about. And there's something that was a discomfort for me with that whole thing. And as I was sitting quietly in my meditation in this room this morning, I realized that I was uncomfortable. What I noticed was that I was uncomfortable with all of these things there because they were reminding me that right now I am not doing what I want to be doing, what I need to be doing, what powers and fuels my strengths, which are to gather information and share it with people, to connect with the right people, to connect with a tribe of people who are prepared and ready and willing to move forward with their life, wherever that is, whether it's with a health thing, whether it's a way of living, anything like that. And that's what floats my boat. And all of these piles of potential classes and sharing things with other people are laying there collecting dust. And that made me sad. And I think that's probably why I didn't want to deal with them. So last night and it's interesting how the more quiet and still we get inside, there are fewer distractions. And when I get an idea, it bubbles up much more quickly. It doesn't have to go through all the other distractions. And last night I started to start creating new classes online, and Zoom may be the way to go. Morning, Ashley. Zoom may be the way to go these days, but I'm also offering in-person classes. I have been receiving a few requests for Reiki. I'm going to be taking some Reiki clients again this week. We're allessential.ca. If you want to learn more about why everybody should be doing what they do, go there. But I was reminded that I need to start teaching again. So I'm offering classes and workshops. And my dear friend Mary and I often said we could teach from now until next weekend solidly. If somebody could just get those butts in the seats for us. We have so much that we want to share with people. And to me, that's the biggest challenge. So I'm going to do whatever I can to do that because I know that's who I am. That's what I need to be doing. So one of the classes that I'm doing is a make and take with 10 different roller bottle recipes. It's called Hear Me Roar, and they are all empowering blends. And what I'm going to do is provide the list of the oils that you need. And there is all the information on my Embrace Your Life page. And you can follow along with me. During the Zoom, we'll talk about all the oils that are used in the blends and why we're using them. If you don't have the oils, it's okay. You can still attend. I have lots of options for people who want to be making them at home, who just want to get the education. And I'm so excited about that. I'm looking forward to it again. And that really makes me feel happy. Also, just a reminder again that we can do anything. We can do everything with the situation that's happening out there right now. This week, there's going to be such a wonderful thing happening with all of the small businesses who are taking back their power and are going to be opening up, despite what may or may not be coming down the pipelines with the lockdowns, and I'm really super happy to be seeing that happening. And again, it's all about free choice. We have free will, and as long as we know that we are not endangering other people by making the choices that we do, I'm totally okay with that. If somebody wants to be, yeah, I'm not going to go there, but I just think that we forget how much power we have. We forget how amazing we are. We forget about what we can create and do, especially when you embrace your strengths. That's huge. Ralph and I had a great conversation last night about our strengths, and I read some information about his, and we talked about what happens. I told him about the instances that I could tell that he was using those strengths and how important it was to me and how much it helped me. And I also was able to share with him what happens when he doesn't, and some of the little things that he does that might not jive with his best interests or my best interests. And to be able to have a conversation like that was just amazing. And yeah. So I guess this Sunday is just turning into a little bit of a ramble. I've just made myself some tea and I'm going to go downstairs and start organizing all of those essential oil classes and things. And instead of thinking about how sad I am that I'm not a teaching person, I am going to start organizing and planning and just watch for all of those new classes that I'm going to be offering in Embrace Your Life. If you don't have any essential oils yet, if you don't have the doTERRA essential oils, that's okay. Embrace Your Life, there's a whole group that's just on learning about essential oils. You don't have to have a doTERRA membership to be able to learn. But if you are, this is an amazing month to join because there is a promotion going on that if you decide to get yourself a wholesale membership, you get $50 back and I get $50 back. And because it's my birthday, I'm going to give you half of my $50. So you're going to get, if you enroll with $150 of any kind of enrollment, you're going to get an extra $75 to spend next month. So if that interests you, let me know. I'll be talking more about that next week. But yeah, I'm feeling really hopeful. Just remember that we have all the power inside us. And it's really helpful you can really discover how much you have inside you when you get rid of the distractions. And getting rid of the distractions happens when you just have time to be quiet and calm. And Ashley, I know you've got little ones, and Cheryl, I know you have your hands full too with your granddaughter, but to be able to find some time to carve out to sit quietly and just see what happens for you. There's great guided meditations, there's beautiful music, there's being out in nature. Lots of different ways to get in touch with that. I'm feeling really good. I hope you are too. As Wim Hof says, all the love, all the power. That's what I wished for you today. Happy Sunday. Get outside. Express some appreciation for the divine that has created all of this for us. And I love you all. Have a wonderful Sunday. Bye.